Yes, people, good evening. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you've all been doing very well. I hope you all enjoyed City's win over Luton last night, 6-2. Of course, things feeling a lot more positive. I hope plenty of you are feeling a lot better about yourselves. For those of you that were panicking anyway and were worried about we're not scoring goals and Haaland's not scoring goals and so on and so forth, I hope that put your mind to ease a bit. We're going to have a good chat about it all. Of course, myself and Joe did do the review over on City Extra, but this is more of a podcast, isn't it? It's more of a live podcast style chat where we share our thoughts and we get you guys to share your thoughts too. Make sure you've hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's free to do. It massively helps more people find the channel. And subscribe if you are new around here. Big up Briggsy in the chat. Says smash the likes. Free to do. Massively helps. And we want a minimum of 50 likes, please. 50 is always the goal. Some evenings it's harder than others. Some evenings we fly to 50. So it's up to you how fast we hit 50. All you gotta do is hit the like button. Big up Noah in the chat, a recent channel member. Both Briggsy and Noah are channel members and channel moderators, which is pretty sick to see. Joe, if you'd pin the comment making it the link to becoming a channel member. If you want to be a channel member, you'll also become a channel moderator. That's how much we appreciate our members here on HMTV. Anyway, enough of my waffle. City 6, Haaland 5, De Bruyne 4, Luton 2. A pretty good evening's work. And you know when Haaland scored his third or his fourth, Joe, didn't I text you? I said, I beg you find the clip from the last stream of where I said it's only a matter of time before Haaland absolutely dunks on someone and all of a sudden everyone's feeling relaxed again. I mean, it's probably the most fluid performance and impressive performance we've seen from Manchester City. And like the reason I was so calm up to last night was because I knew it was coming. If you have faith in Manchester City and you've been watching us for enough years, you know it's coming. You can't kill this team.
Well, you hate to say you told you so, but you did tell him. You did tell him he's going to smash someone for 4 or 5. And, yeah. Well, what do you know? He's done it. Second time he's done it, by the way. I did see that, obviously, the first time he done it with us was against Leipzig, 7-0. And they both came in under an hour. Got 5 goals in under an hour, which is outrageous. And I hope it's calmed people down. Because it was getting a bit tiring, wasn't it? Seeing the overreaction to just everything. Like, it was just so tiring. Like, there's no need to panic. We're 1 point off top. We're still in all the 3 major competitions we want to be in. We're 3-1 up in the Champions League, round of 16. And everybody was panicking. And it was just weird. It's just weird. There's no need to panic. So I hope everybody's calmed down. There were a few level-headed individuals who were also calm. You were one of them, predicting all of this, mystic shit with Haaland scoring 4 or 5. And he did. And again, like I said it in my preview for the Luton game, I said this is around the time of the season where we normally kick on. This is around the time where we normally, we flip the switch, we turn the screw, whatever, saying you want to use. This is a part of the season where our performances usually start to increase and we get to that level where we look unstoppable. So I wasn't panicking. And now the derby this Sunday, if we play like we did against Luton, obviously that's what I want. I want no mercy. I want blood. I want like 4 or 5. Like, that is my hope. I watched a little bit of United tonight. No, I watched a little bit of United tonight. They are so uninspiring. They are so uninspiring. You know what I mean? If we play like we did against Luton, against United, no need to panic. We go on a run. We smash them lot, because that's what we want. Listen, I'm just giving it chest, innit?
We have to work our way into the United talk, Joe. Yeah, let's not jump the gun. Let's enjoy the Luton talk. Let's break down the play. Let's talk about who we liked. I promise you, chat, stick around. We are going to work our way into Derby talk, and we are going to do more streams before the Derby as well. Big up top of the league, big up Rodri. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you've all hit the like button. There's 21 in the building. We can get to 20 likes if all of you hit the like button right now. The goal is always 50. But yeah, look, the thing with the last few weeks was it was 3 games in the space of a week, wasn't it? It was Chelsea, it was Brentford, it was Bournemouth. And everyone was shitting themselves because we didn't batter any of them. I'm sure all of you in the chat were here because you're all regulars here on the HMTV stream, and we appreciate you. You were here for the stream, or at least you watched the stream, where I said Stop with this silly entitlement. Stop with these silly expectations, and stop with these stupid standards that you think are realistic, whereby because we don't hit someone for 4 or 5 for a few weeks, it's, we've fallen off and there's real crisis here. I said, no, you clearly don't pay attention throughout the season. You just want to see the trophies at the end. Because if you pay attention throughout the seasons that we've had in recent years, you will know that we win games 1 and 2-0. We win games 2-1. We draw games 1-1. We'll lose the odd game here or there. Every week is not going to be plain sailing. It's not going to be highlight reels. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was never on the edge. I was never sitting here on the stream going, fuck, chat, we have a real problem. We only beat Bournemouth 1-0, or we only beat Brentford so-and-so. We only drew with Chelsea. I was like, look, if we were 5th or 6th and we'd totally fallen off from our expectations and our recent standards, I'd be like, there might be a bit of a problem worth talking about. But when you're still in 2nd place, you're a point off top, you've not lost since December 6th, De Bruyne is only really finding his feet again. Haaland's, his nan passed away. He's only just back from injury. Grealish is up and down with injuries. He's out again. We're going to chat about that. There's circumstances, there's variables contributing to why every week you're not going to blitz. But as I say, if you pay attention throughout the season for the past few years, you'll know, and you should have enough faith in your hearts that we will dunk on someone and click into a gear. Now, I'm not saying that us beating Luton 6-2 last night, it guarantees that we're going to go out through the whole of March and batter everybody in our way. No, of course not. Once again, that's unrealistic expectations, one game at a time. But if you thought we were just in some rut that we couldn't get out of, which plenty of people seem to believe, I'm losing faith we can win the league, we haven't scored 4 since November, we're not going to win against in Anfield, yada, yada, yada. Calm the fuck down, man. Calm the fuck down. You're talking about the treble winners here. You're talking about the 3-time in a row league champions. You're talking about the champions of the world, 5 trophies in 6-7 months. Calm the fuck down, and who the fuck do you think you are? Start putting that level of negativity. If we learned one thing over the years, Joe, as fans, and how we can contribute to our trophies, how we feel we can be part of our trophies and our success, it's that we're all pulling in the same direction. None of us are being negative Nancy's constantly, complaining and moaning and whining and don't like this, don't like that. What made the treble season so amazing was everyone just seemed to be in harmony. I was going to Munich, I was going to Dortmund, I was going all up and down England, I was going to the Etihad, and every week the atmosphere was on point. Everybody's agreeing on these things and trusting in the process and trusting in Pep. And then I just noticed a couple of weeks ago or last week, it changed a little bit. People started to, it's like a bit of entitlement crept in. And it kind of pissed me off, man, I can't lie. I didn't like to see that. And I guarantee you, if we don't beat United on Sunday, it'll come back. Or if we do beat United, then lose at Anfield, it'll come back. It is what it is, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, big up Harry Briggsy, man. Welcome back to the HMTV Members Club. Good to see that's your 2nd month now. You should be getting a different colour badge, Joe. Would I be right in saying that? Maybe if you refresh the stream or for the next stream, you'll be getting a different colour on your badge.
Should be. I did set that up. Double check real quick.
Yeah, maybe if you refresh your thing, Briggsy, your badge should change. I'm not too sure.
Should have a new badge. It is there, so.
Yeah, you should have a new badge. Big up anyway to Harry Briggsy for becoming a channel member again. Anybody wants to become a channel member, the link is in the chat now, and be like Briggsy and help support myself and Joe. It's a cheap price, and you're just help supporting 2 City content creators. Don't want to do that? Just hit the like button. 30 in the building, 20 likes. Let's try get up to 30 likes ASAP. That'll be massively appreciated. Yeah, any thoughts, Joe, on kind of what I'm saying? It's like, I know you shouldn't allow yourself to get rattled or stressed about what people think and what people say, but when we take such pride in the fact that our fan base always pulls in the same direction, and we do our best to help the team through supporting properly and not giving out unnecessarily. Like, I drew the line when people were complaining after a win, essentially.
Yeah, because you can there's a difference between complaining and analysing. Like when we were winning games, when we analysed those games, we were picking out things that they weren't necessarily complaints, but they were like, sort of, why is this happening? Like the whole Alvarez thing in midfield. Like it wasn't necessarily a complaint because he'd been having a good season. Like he had a very good season. But it was more of a, it's starting to become less effective. Like that's what we're noticing. We're analysing, we're not complaining. Whereas there were some people who were just going overboard and over the top and saying that he's not good enough or, you know, things like that where it doesn't work and, you know, what's Pep doing? And that's complaining. But, I mean, I guess when you look at it last season with the whole pulling in the same direction, we were helped in the charges, the Premier League charges. That was a massive help in everybody uniting and pulling in the same direction because everybody they banded together. They went, fuck this. You know, if they're going to try and charge us with all this shit, then, you know, we're not having it. We're not having it. And everybody pulled in the same direction. And that was when the atmosphere, you know, it boosted. The performances, the results, they boosted as well. We went and we smashed Arsenal not too long after that. Like, that helped. But again, this season, it shouldn't take something like that to make us all pull in the same direction. This season, it's just, the entitlement is crazy. The treble is great, but at the same time, if this is what it's going to be like, where you win a treble and everybody just expects a repeat, and everybody just, you know, loses their mind when things get tough. Like I think someone said in the chat before, I don't know if I can find it, but, you know, sometimes when you don't win easy, it's still a good thing because you win, but you learn something. If it's tough on you, you learn something. You learn maybe what does and doesn't work. Like the whole Núñez on the wing thing. Nobody would have predicted at the start of the season that Matheus Núñez would have been, you know, some people's first choice to start on the wing. You know, given that Grealish is out injured, nobody would have said that.
Yeah. No, I agree. We're learning all the time. Big up Jeff, man. Good to see you back, brother. Missed you too when you haven't been around. I'm sure you've been a busy guy. And big up Jerry McCune, man. Jerry McCune, what a guy. Jerry McCune's always a big supporter over on City Extra. He's always showing love to the streams on City Extra. Now a HMTV channel member over here. What a guy, Jerry. One of the nicest guys in the space. Absolutely appreciate you, Jerry, becoming a channel member. What a guy, man. We appreciate all of our members. We appreciate all of you who show love, who just hit the like button, who are subscribed. But the HMTV channel members, make Jerry a moderator there, Joe. Just so you know, Jerry, anybody who becomes a channel member becomes a moderator as well as a token of appreciation. Big up Jerry, man. Anybody else wants to be a channel member, the link is in the chat now in a second whenever Joe gets around to it. And you can be just like Jerry. Yeah, it's in the chat there now. If not, look, there's 40 in the building. Make sure you've hit the like button. That's all we ask. Make sure you hit the like button and you're subscribed if you're new around here. Big up the sit down with Jeff. Big up Jimmy Grimble. Good to see Judy Hobson as well. Loads of people coming in. Let's go back to the Luton game because look, we can't just gloss over it like it's nothing. We needed that. I needed that. You all needed that. We wanted to see that. I think plenty of you, the good people of this HMTV community, none of you are irrational people. I know that for a fact. We've got to know plenty of you quite well through these streams. We all had faith, didn't we, people? We all had faith in this team that a good performance like this was coming along. And as I said on the City Extra review, I don't care if it's against Luton Town. I don't care if it's against a Sunday League team. It's about performance. It's about City looking fluid. I love the intensity of it. I love the speed of play. I love the transition, how quick it was. I love the use of the spacing behind from Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo and the likes, and of course Haaland back being Haaland. Well, he could have had 8, the reality is, but to only score 5, listen, it's not too bad if you ask me. What for you, Joe, what do you think made the performance so much better than what we'd seen in recent weeks? Was it a simple case of just, I don't know, mentality had improved, or that bit more hunger to get back to that kind of standard? Was it personnel? I mean, you could talk about Kovacic. Obviously, I thought was absolutely excellent. I'm a massive fan of Kovacic. And a big one that me and you spoke about quite a bit was Kyle Walker wasn't playing as a right winger. Kyle Walker was very much staying back in the defensive line, which overall I thought made the team run better, with all due respect to Kyle.
It's 100% personnel, in my opinion, because you look at John Stones being in that team makes Kyle Walker stay back. That's for one. Like, that's the big one. The second one is the wide areas. Big fan of Jeremy Doku. Think he's got loads of potential, but he's still a bit raw. Having those sort of midfield type players like a Núñez and a Bernardo in the wider areas Like, and I guess Grealish as well, because he did start the game. Like, we just play so much better, so much more fluid. The pace is different. Having Kevin De Bruyne in there, because we know the spaces he likes to take up, the amount of times that he was on, basically playing as a winger, De Bruyne would go out on the right, whoever was on the right, come into midfield to take his place, they'd swap around. It's fluid. Luton don't know who to mark. They can't man mark because our players are swapping positions constantly. Like, the way we lined up on paper yesterday was Grealish on the left, Nunez was on the right, Bernardo Silva was in midfield. I'm almost positive, I can't remember whether it was the first or the second, I think it was the first goal, comes from Nunez being on the left, even though he lined up on the right. Because they swapped around. They swapped around, Nunez found himself on the left, played through De Bruyne squares it to Haaland 1-0. Or 2-0, I can't remember which one it was. Like, it's just so fluid having Kevin De Bruyne in there, because he will swap. Grealish, he'll do the same thing, he'll swap. Bernardo Silva, he'll do the same. Foden, when he's in there, he'll do the same thing. Nunez. That's why those wide areas, having those midfielder type players, not only to help with the control of the game, because we just keep the ball better with those players there, but going forward, it's just so much more fluid. The pace is quicker. It's so much better. And again, for as much as I love Jeremy Doku and think he's got loads of potential, he's simply got a lot to learn to get to that level of where he can do those types of things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He does. Like, people need to be able to differentiate between analyzing Doku and just simply slandering Doku and hating on him for the sake of it. There are plenty of people out there who just hate on Doku because they think that's what you're meant to do when a player is not playing well. There's obviously a lot of context to Jeremy Doku. And I said this on the FA Cup draw stream with Jordan earlier on, that I think one of the guys in the comments said it, that as City fans for a long time we became too quick to complain and write off new players, new young players, and I was guilty of it myself. Like Rodri, like Mahrez, like Stones, when these kind of guys first arrived. Remember, they were all their first seasons. I remember complaining about all of them. I remember complaining about Rodri to you, Joe, loads of times about all these guys. And then over time, it just makes sense. And you see them grow into the shirt. You see them grow into the role. And you see the vision that was outlined for these players. And I have no doubt Jeremy Doku is the exact same. He's going to be the exact same. I have full faith that this time 12 months, Jeremy Doku is going to be a much improved player in what he is right now. He's only 21 right now. So I'm not saying in 12 months, when he's 22, he'll be the finished article. I'm saying he'll be much improved. It was the exact same with Jack Grealish. So with Doku, you kind of just have to sit and go, look, there's been more responsibility on him this season than we probably would have wanted because of the fact that Jack Grealish has been injured for large parts of the season, but he's getting valuable experience and the team is still challenging for the league trophy. So, bear with it type thing. And then in terms of the overall play last night, personnel is a massive thing. Personnel is a massive thing. I think a huge benefiting factor for us was the fact that we played actual midfielders and we played Premier League proven midfielders. While Mateus Nunes may not be our very first choice, number 8 or number 10 or whatever first, type of thing, if everybody's fit and available, it's no surprise that when he's on the pitch in a midfield or wide type role, he looks more comfortable than Julian Alvarez does. Because Mateus Nunes has experience with Wolves, plenty of experience. And he's got experience now for Manchester City. So he's able to fit in that bit easier. And then Mateo Kovacic. You don't get a CV like Mateo Kovacic's unless you're a very, very good player. Multiple Champions Leagues, La Ligas, Club World Cups, plenty of big trophies he's won. And he looks like a great asset to us. I thought he just fits like a glove, the way he moved around the pitch, the way he moved the ball. And it's kind of interlinked to the Rodri backup sort of conversation, which is that I think we can relax a bit on the Rodri backup conversation, which has been so prevalent for so long. Calvin Phillips, could he do it? You give him his chance. He's too slow at moving the ball. He's too slow at decision making. He takes too many touches. He slows our overall play down. We're not looking for someone to be Rodri. We're looking for someone who'll just come in and do the job. Do the job and just keep the play moving fast. We're all about speed, tempo, and intensity. If you can just match that and keep it moving, you'll be serviceable when Rodri's not around to play number 6. And Kovacic just did that last night and more, which was massively impressive from a perspective from him. the goal took it unbelievably, doing his best impression of Rodri. With that, the assist, or the pre-assist, I should say, for the very first goal, I want to say, the one where he played it out. Or am I thinking of a different goal? There's so many goals to remember now, it's hard. But he played one fantastic ball anyway that led to a goal. So I'm very happy with what we saw last night, and I hope that Pep not learns but realizes the benefits to playing players in their positions, or players who are more comfortable in their positions. Do you know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah, it's all about balance. Like, maybe Nunez's position isn't a winger, but playing him there, he can do it. He's proven now he can do it, and it makes other players play better. So it's all about the little tiny, like we were saying, we've been saying, just go back a few streams. We both said that even the smallest of tweaks can sometimes make a big difference. And that's all it is. Pep's made a couple of small tweaks, couple of personnel changes, and we've hit 6. Like, that is the difference. And Haaland's found his shooting boots. Those two little differences, Pep's made a few tweaks, Haaland's found form again. We've hit someone for 6 and everyone's like, wow, this team. And it's like, we were trying to say that, but everybody was panicking and deciding to go, oh, this team is awful and something's going wrong. And no, it just needed a little bit of calm.
It just needed a few little tweaks. We said that for weeks. Bars. Big up Noah with the AS799. There's no message, but I see what you said in the chat, Noah. You said, just wanted to shout out Ederson, my favourite City player. Big up for the super chat, Noah, first of all. Massively, massively appreciate that. And Ederson. Yeah, look, Ederson, man. Always shout out Ederson. Ederson's my guy. I think he's criminally underrated. I think he's a really tip-top goalkeeper. Of course, like all top goalkeepers, they have mistakes in them. They have errors in them. Like we saw from him against Copenhagen, like we saw from Ortega against Luton last night, and like we've seen from Alisson, like we saw from Peter Schmeichel. All these top goalkeepers have blunders in them, but his overall game, Ederson, it's so crucial to the way we play. Like I said to you about the backup Rodri thing and Kovacic coming in, Ederson is like a massive cog in the speed and the intensity and the way we play from the goalkeeper position. There's no one else in the world I'd rather be in nets for this Manchester City team than Ederson, because we don't play the style of football we play without Ederson, and he doesn't get enough appreciation for that. So yeah, big up Noah, man, and big up Ederson too. Ederson's my guy. Absolutely love him. He's Brazilian. Yeah, big up Ederson and big up Noah. Guys, make sure you've hit the like button. We're on 30 likes. That means we're 20 away from our goal of 50. It'd be great to smash the goal of 50 as soon as possible. Vision of De Bruyne from the back. Of course, man, as they say all the time, he could be a midfielder if he really wanted to. Jack Grealish. I'm absolutely gutted for Jack Grealish, Joe. I don't know about you, mate, but I posted a tweet last night when he went off, and I said, if he's not available for the derby, it's a massive blow, because it's no coincidence that when Jack Grealish is on the pitch, we look our most balanced and our most fluid. I think with Doku, the issue is we don't look balanced when he's on the pitch because he slows things up. It's like if you got one side moving at a really fast pace and playing at City tempo, and then his side, he slows it up. And I don't mean that literally in the sense that he himself is slow, because he's clearly fucking not slow. But I just in the tempo in which we move the ball around and the fluidity, he slows that side of things up. So for Jack going off, I was like, damn. And look, I got all these United fans in my comments of that tweet being like, oh, why are you complaining? You're still going to smash us anyway. I said, in my head, I was like, that's not the fucking point. The point is that we are missing Jack Grealish. I don't care how shit you are. We are missing Jack Grealish. I want Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish starts for me in our strongest starting 11. He is the starting left winger. And I'm just gutted for him, man. You could see how sad he was. I think he was in tears on the bench when he came off, and it's been horrible for him, this injury. Constantly it reoccurs, and he probably brings himself back too soon. He must be ignoring some medical advice or something, because if it was able to reoccur that quickly last night, he shouldn't have played. He wasn't fit to play. If it was that, weak, if you understand what I mean. So, I mean, look, Joe, for Jack, it's really sad. It's really annoying, but the silver lining is we saw a good performance from Matheus Nunes, didn't we?
Yeah, which is why I'm not too worried, because if Nunes looked completely lost, then I'd be slightly concerned. but he doesn't. So, like, I can kind of stomach it, but I would still rather have Grealish because, I mean, like you say with the Doku thing, he makes us lopsided, Doku, which is no fault of his own, but when you have Bernardo Silva on one wing, then you have Jeremy Doku on the other, I could not think of a more polar opposite. Like, it's just so lopsided. Doku is gone down the left. Bernardo Silva's still in his own half, helping defend. Like, that's kind of the dynamic we've got, which is why patience is required, why Grealish is so important. I don't know what's happened to him. I thought he was an Iron Man. Like, he didn't miss a game last season. And then now he's had 2 pretty bad injuries in the space of 4 weeks. Like, I don't know. I said it on the City Extra live stream last night that hindsight's a wonderful thing, and maybe he has rushed himself back too quickly. Because, I mean, if he's done the same thing, non-contact in the same area, then it's clearly, you know, he wasn't ready to go. But I mean, all that tells me is that he wants his place back. He wants in the team. He's desperate to play. Like, he really, really wants to, which is a good thing. But not at the cost of, you know, injuring yourself and making an injury that you already had worse. Like, it shouldn't come at that cost.
Yeah, I mean, top of the league says surely the medical department should overrule him. No. You often find top of the league that, particularly at this stage of the season, players are just so eager to get back. There's, as Joe says, he wants his place back. He wants to be in the thick of it. He wants to just push himself. Like, I don't know how many of you watched the Kevin De Bruyne documentary. Did you watch this one, Joe? The Return of Kev, the Return of the King, or something like that on City's YouTube?
I have not watched it yet.
Well, in that documentary, they explain how Kevin De Bruyne's hamstring issue basically arose as early as last March, and he was playing with painkiller injections. He played through, you know, dunked on Arsenal, dunked on Real Madrid, and so on and so forth. Because he wanted to and they needed him, so that they forced it. But with Jack, I get the feeling that he was just so desperate to get back that he may not have been totally honest with the medical team. Like, the groin injury he has isn't something that a scan will necessarily say, no, you can't play. Like, you're not fit to play. It's just a case of, Jack, how do you feel? Are you feeling any tightness? Are you feeling any tension? And he's probably going, no, I'm grand, because he's desperate to get back. Like, you could see in his eyes when he came off the pitch that he was like, fuck, I've probably fucked up here and set myself back substantially. I don't think there's any news on the timeline as to when he's going to be back, but you have to get the feeling, Joe, that he just did come back too soon, didn't he?
Yeah, and like you said, it's cost him, because if he would have just maybe waited like a week or 2, he might have been fine. But now, the medical team after that aren't going to take any chances. They're not going to take a chance. They're going to make sure that he's 100% recovered this time. They're going to take no chances, which is probably set him back maybe 3 or 4 weeks, which is sad, but like, it's all because he just wanted to play. Like, that's just the bottom line. He was that desperate to play that I don't think he's ended his season. I don't think it's that bad. I think that's a bit far. But he's pushed himself back a few weeks. This big run of games, this is the part of the season that every player wants to be involved in. Look at the run of fixtures, the Derby, Anfield, Brighton, Arsenal, Villa, Tottenham away is coming up soon as well. I believe that's in April. Every single one of those players will want to play those games. Those big high-stakes games, they'll want to be involved. Grealish is no different. And I say he's gutted that he's missing that. But it's kind of his fault. Like, it just is. It's kind of on him for rushing himself back.
If our thought process is accurate that he kind of forced himself back, yeah, it obviously is on him, but I feel bad for him because it's just desire. He just wants to get back on the pitch. Possibly Arsenal. We don't know. Maybe a month. I don't know. I'd imagine he's going to miss the bulk of March anyway. And I think he only, as Joe says, I think he only brought himself back as fast as he did because he was desperate to play in these fixtures. Like, you see that the magnitude of the fixtures we have coming up. All the players want to be involved in these. There's a thing on City Extra's Twitter about Grealish's injury. No update on the timeline or anything, but it's basically saying, could Mateus Nunes be the answer? I think Amos wrote an article about this, but is Nunes, and for you, Joe, is he your answer now to the left side? Is he now our Jack Grealish? In terms of he's the closest thing we have to Jack Grealish right now?
Closest, unless you want to count Foden. But I don't want to see Foden on the left.
Play on the left. We'll play on the left.
To play on the left, I don't want to see Foden, but I have a feeling that derby's big. If Núñez plays well, I believe Pep will go with Núñez because, you know, this would be like his first real test. Forget how shit they are. It's a derby. Anything can happen. We know that. United have stung us before when they shit. So it don't matter. So I think that's the first real big test. Núñez will play, in my opinion. If he plays well, I think you'll see it again. That'll be the go-to option for the running. If he doesn't play well against United, if he doesn't have a good game, I'm terrified of saying it because I don't want it, but it just screams Phil Foden playing on the left at Anfield. Like, it just does. You know, if Núñez doesn't take an opportunity, doesn't play to the level that he's shown recently, then the only other option we've got at that point is Oscar Bob or Phil Foden. And realistically, who's Pep going to choose at that point? But I want it to be Núñez. I think he can do that role. There's no reason why he can't play well. Done it against Bournemouth, played well. Did it against Luton, played really well. And he's the closest that we've got without having to sacrifice someone, like having to pull Foden out of position to play him there, or without having to, as much as I like him, play Oscar Bob, because, you know, I like Oscar Bob. I love Oscar Bob. He's a great player. But is it a bit much to go Anfield away, you're starting left wing?
It's a tough one. I think my choice, I think I'd give him the derby. I think I'd give Núñez the derby on the left, and see how he gets on. It should be something he's well able for, a depleted Man United team at home, and let Foden line up in the middle or on the right, and be kind of more fluid with Bernardo, because that's kind of the way it is. We're 13 likes off the goal of 50. If 13 of you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button now, and subscribe if you're new around here. There's 45 in the building, so we should be able to get a few likes. Massively appreciate that. And there's a pinned link in the chat. Anybody wants to become a channel member and help support myself and Joe, like Noah there, like Jerry McCune, like Benno, you'd be an absolute legend. But yeah, I suppose Haaland kind of stole the show last night, didn't he? Against Luton with 5 goals. He's now on 79 and 83. 79 goals and 83 appearances for Manchester City, which is not a bad return, man. It's not a bad return for a player, like I said, that chose the wrong team, that City don't know how to find, that is out of form, that all these issues that people tried to make up with Erling Haaland. It's not a bad return, 79 and 83. The guy's the best striker in the world. He's the best striker in the world. When he's not on form, which he wasn't for a long time there, he was still the top scorer in the Premier League, averaging around a goal a game. Then he goes and dunks 5 on Luton just to reassure you that he's the best striker in the world. I mean, I asked Jordan earlier on, I don't know, can you think, Joe, of any player who's played for an English club to have scored 5 goals twice, and in both of them within less than a year of each other? He scored 5 against Leipzig, 5 against Luton. It's just outrageous what this guy can do when he's feeling himself.
Well, I did see a couple of screenshots on Twitter of, I think it was, I didn't fact check this because I couldn't be bothered, but it was just a quick Google search, and basically someone on Twitter had said everyone's overreacting to Haaland scoring 5 because he scored it against Luton. Messi and Ronaldo made it like a common occurrence. Why is everybody losing their mind? Messi and Ronaldo, according to Google, these Google screenshots, so don't shoot the messenger, they only did it twice in their career. And Haaland's done it twice in 12 months. Like, it's not normal. It's not. Like, I think it's slightly disrespectful to Luton as well to go, oh, well, it's only Luton. That is so disrespectful. Luton are a good side. They play well against the big teams. They get themselves up for the occasion. Took a point off of Liverpool, almost took a point off of Arsenal, went 1-0 up against us. Like, they play really well against the bigger teams. At least at Kenilworth Road, anyway. Like, they get themselves up for it. It's a tough task. So to score 5 when he's being manhandled, he's got a centre-half constantly on him trying to harass him, and he scored 5. Like, I don't know why people are like saying, "Oh, they're only tap-ins." So he was missing tap-ins the other week, and you're calling him shit.
Yeah, yeah. I find it very disrespectful when people try to downplay the magnitude of the achievement to score 5 goals against a Premier League team. If you're just going to downplay it like that, show me when Rooney did it. Show me when Cristiano Ronaldo did it for Man United. Show me when Drogba did it. Show me when Cantona did it. Show me when did Shearer do it? Not too sure. Show me when any of these, Harry Kane, when did he bag 5 against anybody? He might have, but not off the top of my head. I can't remember it. Show me when any of these guys did it. So who are you to turn around and say, well, Haaland only did it against Luton? So why haven't any of your goats done it?
And he did it in an hour. And he did it in an hour.
In an hour. And was taken off. Do you know what I mean? What if you played in 90 minutes? Could he have got 6 or 7? You wouldn't put it past the fucker, would you? Should he have had 6 or 7 last night? Yeah. But he still bagged 5. Show me when anybody's done it. Aguero did it once against Newcastle. I'm trying to remember when anybody else did it. He has 20 hat-tricks, as Pele says, in his career. I think he has 8 now. Is it 8 or 9 for Manchester City? The guy's an absolute freak. Freak. And if you're going to turn around and say, oh, well, they're all tap-ins, why isn't everybody else doing it? The guy knows where to be. You don't score that many goals without having natural elite striker's instinct. He knows what he's doing. If it was just a case of, well, he scores loads of tap-ins, why didn't Jesus do that for us? Do you know what I mean? Why did we wait to get Haaland? Why didn't we just go get another striker? Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins, any of these randomers. Why didn't we get any of them if all them could just come in and score a lot of 79 and 83? Why didn't we get any of them? Because Erling Haaland is the best in the world. The best in the business. Why did we persist with false 9? Why did we do any of this? Erling Haaland's the best in the world. He's on 27 goals this season in all competitions. No one's going to talk about that. You have Liverpool fans, 8 Rodri, yeah. You have Liverpool fans gassing up Darwin Núñez, but talking about G and A. They're like, yeah, well, he has 20-something G and A. Whereas we're going, no. Haaland just has 27 G, baby. Andy was out for 2 months. I mean...
We went through this, didn't we? I don't know. I can't remember if it was on the stream. Haaland's assists in the Premier League. He had just a few weeks ago, he had the same as Trent. Something stupid like that.
No, De Bruyne did. De Bruyne did, didn't he? Was it De Bruyne or was it Haaland?
I think they both did. And De Bruyne had been back a month, and Haaland doesn't know how to pass a ball. He only knows how to score tap-ins.
I'm going to get up Haaland's Premier League stats here. See how many he's on now.
Because, Compare Haaland at this point this year to last year. His overall play has gotten better. It has. His hold-up play, his passing of the ball. Go on.
Ooh, not a good look here. I'll tell you now. Daniel Thompson, yeah, I know Aguero did. I know Aguero did, but I'm never ever going to dunk on Aguero. Aguero's my king. So, in 21 appearances Erling Haaland has made in the Premier League this season. So has Trent. Because they've both been injured at periods. So they've only both made 21 appearances in the league. Trent is currently sitting on 4 assists. Haaland's currently sitting on 5.
And by the way the media talks, you'd think Trent was having a flying season with all the highlights and stuff. Being this flying right back that puts crosses into the box. He's having a great season. He's got less assists than a guy who can't pass 5 yards.
So this maestro from right back, this fucking Messi reincarnation at right back they call Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's the most creative fullback in the world right now. Most creative fullback. Should be playing in midfield and he'd put up De Bruyne numbers. Has less assists than the striker who everybody says can't play football. Are you guys deep in this?
And he's on the same amount of assists as a guy who spent 6 months away from football injured and has only been back for the last 2.
These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers out here had me thinking that Trent was some sort of a Roberto Carlos combined with Ronaldinho. The motherfucker's got less assists than Haaland.
Oh dear.
Man.
Oh dear.
Fucking donkeys. 50 people in the building, man. 50 of you in the building. Make sure you've hit the like button. We're 4 likes off our goal of 50 likes. And subscribe if you're new around here. And there's a link in the chat now to becoming a channel member. Any of you want to help support the boys in blue, myself and Joe, click that link and you'll help supporting us. We'll make you a channel moderator as well as a token of appreciation. But fucking Trent, man. Sorry, I know I might be going over the top here, but listen, look, we're all blues here. And we all, as much as we try to ignore it, we see the red cartel media, we see the fan channels. Surely you all saw the gassing up of Trent this season and, he's taken fullbacks to another level. He's totally reinvented the position and he's so creative. Doesn't matter if he can't defend, he's so creative going forward. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with 4 assists.
Yeah, it's kind of wild and I mean, for a guy, it's not bad having 5 assists for a guy who can't pass 5 yards and doesn't have a great first touch. It's kind of insane. I mean, it's not even like rival fans who constantly downplay the level that Haaland reaches. It's the media as well. Do you not remember? This was going back to, I think it was during the summer. Mikel Antonio saying that he'd score 30 goals a season if he was placed in Haaland's boots, like if he was playing that position. Mikel Antonio saying he'd get 30 goals a season for City if he played up front. Where's he now? Is he still at West Ham just rotting away, or did they get rid of him? I have not seen him play football in months. Is he still just podcasting? Full-time podcaster? Like, hush, hush, quiet.
I know we are podcasters ourselves, but we don't claim to be anything more than just dickheads with microphones, yeah? But they need to stop giving microphones to people who think they're not dickheads, who think they're going to give us insight. Mikel Antonio saying he'd score 30 goals a season. No, mate, you wouldn't. Here's another one. Actually, first, big up Simo Subs, man, becoming a HMTV channel member. Hit the soundboard, Joe. Big up Simo, man, wants to support the boys. Become a channel member. Make Simo a channel moderator now. Right now, Joey boy. Big up Simo, man. Massively appreciate you. Anybody else wants to join Simo? The link is in the chat now. And we'll make you a channel moderator as well. All of you legends, man. You're all a bunch of legends supporting me and Joe. You're making me all emotional. But I'm about to give you a stat that might make you emotional too. Trent. We're going in on Trent here, man, aren't we?
This Trent is going to bite us in the ass when he scores a winner at Anfield, but go on.
Trent's on 21 appearances, as I said. And he's on 4 assists, as I said. Kevin De Bruyne is on 7 appearances in the Premier League. So, quite literally a third of the appearances of Trent. And is also on 4 assists.
Generational talent from right back. He's the Messi of right backs.
I don't know.
See you later. I'll hold it down.
Is James Ward Scouse. This James Ward Scouse wannabe generational talent. They put him up there with the best of the best creatively. And he has less than Haaland and the same as De Bruyne. I wonder if there's anybody else I can find in the Man City squad that has a funny amount of assists.
I'm tempted to just go through the Premier League and just see who has more.
Foden has 7.
Jesus.
Foden has 7.
7.
Antonio played 14 minutes the other night and looked like a donkey. He is a donkey, Simo. He 100% is.
30 goals a season and he can't get a game for West Ham, who don't even have a number 9. They're playing Jared Bowen up front.
Doku has 5.
They all came in like one game.
Doku has 5, man.
Alvarez has 7. That's mad.
Bernardo has 4. It's a good question. Rodri has 3. Rodri has 3.
Being from holding midfield as well.
Nathan,
you called him James Ward-Scouse. James Ward-Prowse actually has more.
Mate, our left back, makeshift left back, has just 2 less than Trent. Nathan Ake.
Yeah, but listen, Red Cartel, he's the Messi of right backs. He's the greatest right back of all time. He's the next Cafu, Ronaldinho hybrid. He's that good, he could play as a midfielder. He's reinventing this fullback role, the same thing John Stones did about 3 months earlier.
It's a joke, man. It's a fucking joke, this guy. Anyway, we're totally veering off with Trent here because it's just funny how the media gas up these guys. They gas up Saka as well because of his numbers. And all that's saving Saka is his stats. That's all that's saving Saka from being totally crucified by me. Because when I watch Saka, yeah, he gets the numbers, but does he control games the way Phil Foden does? Does he impact games the way Phil Foden does? Does he have the flair of Phil Foden? Does he have the natural ability and reading of the game of Phil Foden? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's not world class, Saka. I'll tell you now for a fact, he's not world class. He's not. He can put up these numbers all he wants. He does not impact games like a world-class player. A world-class player, every time they're on the ball, on the wing, I'm going, oh shit, this is trouble. Every time Saka's on the ball, I'm not going, oh shit. I'm just not. But the amount of chances he's going to get a game, of course he's going to pick up goals. Raheem Sterling did that for us. Throw Saka in that Chelsea team. I know it's going to bite me in the ass, Simo. I know it is. But I'm still telling the home truth here.
I see no lies. You throw Saka in the Chelsea team, they're no better off. You already saw what happened when you throw Cole Palmer into that Chelsea team. I mean, he's like their best player. Now throw Phil Foden into there. Interesting. Phil Foden, better player than Cole Palmer because he's still at the club. So, interesting. Conversations, tough conversations some people don't want to have.
Tough conversations, man. Tough conversations. But yeah, we'll park Luton and we'll park the player rants there for the minute. Of course, City drew Newcastle in the FA Cup quarter-final at home. I think it's a pretty good draw, all things considered. I think it could have gone horribly bad. Like, you consider that game is sandwiched in between Liverpool away in the league and Arsenal at home in the league. That cup fixture could have gone horribly wrong in that draw. You know what I'm saying? We could have got Liverpool away and had them back-to-back. Imagine 2 trips to Anfield in a week.
Well, the question then would become, which one would you rather win? And of course, it's the league game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course, the league game. Of course, it's the league game. Exactly, EH. Saka's a lot of times free to shoot on goal. Exactly, man. He's going to get the numbers. He'll keep getting the numbers, Saka. He will. But he's not convincing me. The guy's not convincing me. I'm sorry. I'm not buying into this propaganda. I'm not buying into this hype around Bukayo Saka that he's some world-class player who everybody would love in their team, and you know he controls games and he puts the fear of life into fullbacks. No, I watched Nathan Ake make Saka look like a Sunday League player. He did. Nathan Ake absolutely pocketed Bukayo Saka. You can't tell me otherwise. Twice. And we made him quiet. Who's the left back tonight? We beat them in the Emirates. Yeah, twice. Was it Ake in the Emirates?
No, Bernardo Silva in the Emirates.
It didn't cause too many problems there. He scored his penalty, fair play to him, but he didn't cause too many problems that night either.
The FA Cup game and the home game, the 2 games at home last season, was Nathan Ake. Not only did Nathan Ake lock him down twice, he also got the winner in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah. So Saka's man scored the winner in the FA Cup.
And he got put the clamps on him.
Akanji pocketed him. That's the one, Rodri. Big up Jay, man. Good to see you, brother. Saka won't start over Bernardo. Nah. Big up Big Six Bants, man. Is that Monts? Which one of you is that, man? Good to see you in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We're just having a bit of a rant on Bukayo Saka. Tell you, man, he's not that guy. Look, Big Six Bants, if that's Monts, man, he's a Liverpool fan. Salah is a world-class winger and has been for time because he fits into that category of players that I'm talking about, whereby every time he's on the ball, I'm kind of going, oh, fuck, this guy's going to do something. Do you know what I mean, Joe? I'm going, fuck, man, Salah. Do you know what I mean? But with Saka, yeah, he might have 5 or 6 runs at the fullback, and 1 or 2 of them will be beneficial. He doesn't have that. Sorry, he's not. I refuse to elevate him into that category of world-class wingers just because people fucking want to tell me. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, they try and, or at least Arsenal fans, try to compare Saka with Salah because they play on the same side and they both have good numbers, but the difference in terms of being an actual footballer, for me, is pretty significant. Like, Salah is just better. Like, he scares the living shit out of me, whenever he's anywhere near the final third. Like, he doesn't even have to be on the ball. Liverpool could have the ball in the final third, and my eyes are like, where is Salah? Where is he at? Because he's always sniffing about. He's always about.
Man, Salah's a gunman. Salah's a proper world-class winger. Saka, relax, Arsenal fans, and relax, you donuts in the media, trying to fucking elevate him. Shout out Rio Ferdinand for actually saying it how it is and going against the grain in the media when talking about Saka, because it's getting beyond the joke. It's getting beyond the joke. People comparing his numbers to Foden. I don't care. I don't care about numbers, man. Watch football with your eyes. Sorry, totally went off topic there again. We got Newcastle in the cup. The treble is still very much on. For anybody who's on the treble hype train, I'm not quite there yet myself. We've got. If we're gonna talk treble, do with me at the end of March. The end of March. See what our standings look like at the end of March, and that includes the draw for the next round of the Champions League. So get done with Copenhagen. See whereabouts we are in the Premier League at the end of March, and get through Newcastle at home, and then and only then we can open up conversations about treble talk. Is that a fair, Joe?
Yeah, because this is season-defining month for us. Is March. All the big games, all the knockout ties. I'm assuming that we won't throw away a 3-1 lead at home in the Champions League. It would take an absolute bottle for us to not go through. Like, it would be bordering on farcical for us to not see that through, being 2 goals up at home. And then you go to the FA Cup, it's sandwiched in between the two, as it stands, the 2 biggest games of the season we've got left, both title challenges, Arsenal and Liverpool. So you got, talk to me at the end of March, because if you're asking me, would I sacrifice an FA Cup to go on a run where we beat everybody in March? Yeah, of course. Premier League means more to me than an FA Cup. Like a 4 in a row, I'd take that all day. I want to win the FA Cup. I want to win everything. I want another treble. Why would I not want another treble? But I can live with, maybe us going slightly weaker against Newcastle at home if it means that we pick up the 3 points at Anfield. And the same thing against Arsenal.
Yeah, but even our backup team right now, or our backup team, should be good enough to beat Newcastle. They're not what they were a couple of months ago. I think they've capitulated to some capacity. I think Eddie Howe's run his race with Newcastle. I think he's taken them as far as he can. I think it's time for Newcastle to move on and get a big dog manager. With all due respect to Eddie Howe, because he's done a very good job to get Newcastle to where they are. And we owe them one, man. We owe Newcastle one. They're not the side of the Carabao. Our beloved Carabao back in October, I think it was. We owe them something. We have to have something for Newcastle. March is a game where there's not really much opportunity for let up. There's not really much opportunity for taking your foot off the gas. We have to just go into that mode, that zone that City go into, where it's like 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, boom, 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 like a truck, just plowing through all the teams in front of us. Because that's what's going to get us these trophies if we want to win them. Guys, we're 2 likes off 60. If any of you have not hit the like button, make sure you've hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And there's a link in the chat now for anybody who wants to be a channel member, like Simo Subs there. Big up Simo, became a channel member tonight. Anybody wants to support myself and Joey Boy, 2 young boys in blue, making these late night podcasts for you. What a bar, man. There's your link. There's your link to become a member of the
2
channel.
2 bars in 2 nights. He did it last night as well.
I know, man, but I'm not a rapper, yeah? I'm not a rapper. Nobody better steal these bars off me. I'm looking at Central C and Dave out there. If I see these bars in your songs and your next albums, you best believe my people will speak to your people. Not that I have people, but someone. Let people hype Doku. Real fans support the team. I've no issue with praising Doku and being excited about him, but you can also analyze his game and look at what he's bringing for us right now, and is he what we need right now at this moment in time? I'm not too sure, Joe. What do you think?
Well, he's not what we need for this running. Definitely not. We don't need a high turnover player. Like, we can maybe... Early on in the season, when he was playing well, was when we could afford to really use him and see what he's all about and see what he can do and, test the boundaries and, see how far we can push him, because that's the normal part of the season where we experiment anyway. So that would just be another experiment. But now we're into, like you said, there's no let up. Like, any loss, we're either out of the competition or we're, significantly behind in a title race. So we can't really afford to drop many points. So having a high turnover player that leads to a load of counter-attacks, especially against some of the better counter-attacking teams in the Premier League, not ideal.
No, I mean, John Santos says there in the chat, against low blocks, he's not effective. That's true for me, and I think that's just learning for Doku. He'll learn how to I don't know, how to maneuver around a low block as he grows and as he learns and as he develops. But he's still so young and so new to everything. I mean, last season for Stade Rennes, he only played 1,000 odd minutes. That's fuck all. So he didn't play a huge amount of football last season. This season, he's stepping up into Manchester City, the best team in the world, the most complex of tactics, the most demanding manager in the world. It's a lot for Doku to consume, and considering the amount of pressure and learning for him, he's done a very good job by all accounts. But he's got a long way to go before you go, boom, Doku has to be in the team. Boom, Doku has to play. Because it's not that case right now. For me, it's if Jack Grealish is fit, boom, Jack Grealish has to play. Because Jack Grealish knows what he needs to do. Still lots of chances to get there. Yeah, no, Doku's fine, man. Doku will be fine. I'm very excited for the future of Jeremy Doku, but in the context of what we need right now for the remainder, as Joe says, of this season and this run-in, I'd prefer to pick and choose when you unleash Doku. If you play against the high line maybe, or bring him on as an impact sub against a really tired fullback. I mean, like, if you're a tired fullback and you've been chasing a Foden or a Grealish or a Bernardo all game or an Alvarez all game, and you see Jeremy Doku come on the pitch, you're going, fucking hell, man. This doesn't get any easier. So, you know what I mean? Horses for courses, that's it. Horses for courses, top of the league. That's kind of probably the best way to sum it up. I'm not seeing anybody else say that. So, you might have a job in journalism there. Top of the league. Yeah, I am over for Derby. I'm over for the Derby on Sunday, top of the league. If any of you are over for the Derby and you see me around the stadium or around Manchester or wherever, feel free to come up and say hello. I'd love to get to meet as many of you as possible in person that show love to us here on the channel. Because, like I always say, we massively appreciate all of you guys. We don't, like I say, we never want a channel. We never ask for a channel that's going to be a million subscribers. We just want a good community, a good little community of City fans and whoever. Don't have to be a City fan, but if you want to come in, just have a chat about City or football, that's what we want there. A good community who support us, hit the like button, are subscribed, become a channel member if you want, super chat when you feel like it, don't have to. So yeah, man, any of you ever see me around the Etihad around Manchester, or Joe's starting to go to more games in the last couple of months as well, make sure you come up and say hello, man. Make sure you come and say hello. Copenhagen, I'll be in Dublin Airport Wednesday going over. No, I'm not going to the Copenhagen game. I'm saving myself. I'm still trying to get a ticket for Liverpool away, and I have to go and find a ticket for Arsenal away because I've given away my season ticket for it, to get my missus a ticket for the derby. Bringing my missus to her first derby on Sunday. So yeah. You're working at City, so won't miss a game. Alec, man, if you see me, man, you need to come up. I see you all the time in these streams, man. I've never met you in person. I need to put a face to the name. Yeah, do top of the league, man. City will battle them, no fear whatsoever, and I've followed for 50 plus years. I know you're a hardcore, Alec. I know you're a hardcore, man. Like I said, I want to meet you one of these days and catch up, maybe have a drink or bite to eat, say hello, whatever. Not a bit, really, Joe, isn't it? I mean, unless you want to say anything about the derby, or else, I mean, what day is tomorrow? Thursday, Friday. We could stream Saturday night maybe for the derby. I've got Big Six tomorrow. I'm at a game on Friday night, my local club. Is there anything you want to say about the derby, or do you want to wait till kind of Saturday?
No, I'll save it. I'll save chest.
We'll do a derby stream preview on Saturday night, usually 10, 10:30, the usual kind of slot. Because I've got an early flight on Sunday morning, so we won't be too late. But we'll do a proper derby stream. So I want all of you to come in for the derby stream and get your thoughts in. We'll get the energy up. We'll get our thoughts crossed, pre-derby nerves. So yeah, plenty to look forward to there. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss that. Between now and then, might do a couple of videos. I know Joe does the previews and reviews. I might do one or two if there's any that he wants to do. He's free to do them as well. Of course, it's his channel. So yeah, that's kind of it, really, man. That's kind of it. Make sure you've all hit the like button. If you're watching on playback, hit the like button. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments. We love reading through what you have to say. And the link again is in the chat now for anybody who wants to be a channel member. As always, you're just massively supporting me and Joe, and we appreciate absolutely everybody who does that. So feel free to do so if you want to support us. But yeah, until our next live, which is Saturday, good night and God bless. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Wrap her up, Joey boy.
Listen to your heart. Tell me who you want to be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart. Tell me that you understand.